Hello, everybody. Welcome to Married&Young SA with your boy David.
And I'm Sasha.
This is our podcast. We've decided that we're going to start doing podcasts.
Woohoo!
Changing one
Finally.
marriage at a time. You young couples out there, be ready. We're going to share our journey. We're going to share some of the things that we like. We're going to give you inside scoop into our marriage.
Absolutely. I, for one, am very excited about this. You know that we've started this. I've come up with this idea for like eons ago, and it's just a pity that it's starting to take off now, but I'm so very excited. I'm very passionate about marriage, the concept of marriage. We've been together 8 years now, almost 8 years, and so I believe that what we have and what we share is beautiful, it's sacred, and what better way than to teach others, help others, and to filter into someone else's marriage in a positive and loving way.
Because marriage is a covenant, guys. Like when you make this covenant and you take the step to grow within this marriage, there's certain things that you have to do and that you have to abide by to make sure that you guys grow together.
Absolutely.
Because, I always say you have to cherish your partner, you have to respect your partner, you have to make sure that you love them regardless of any circumstances. Life will throw challenges at you, and it's normal. In fact, I think you deal with more challenges when you're married than when you're not, actually.
Yep.
But you have to keep going. You have to keep aspiring for better, because this is an unending pursuit. You have to. Love does not stop. Love does not end. That's why they say love is unconditional. So you have to hold on to your partner and make sure that you don't leave each other behind. Because if you do, it will cause a lot of disruptions, not only for you, but when you start planning to have children, then it's gonna, you don't want that. You want both of you to be on the same page all the time so that it can filter down to the kids. Even if you do disagree, or even if you do fight, or even if you're dealing with whatever you're dealing with, it won't filter down to the kids because of the understanding that you guys have spiritually, physically, emotionally, and every other way.
I truly agree with that. If I could share, like, we met in 2015, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me back then, I was a person, I was always praying about getting married, finding my Boaz, and having kids. And for me, I'm very passionate. I love the fact that I'm a mom and I'm a wife, etc. But before I got married, I had this whole notion, perceived notion of how marriage should be. I had a very veiled and naive perspective when it comes to marriage. And so I had certain expectations about it that I didn't know weren't true or valid. And so now, when I'm faced with marriage, I'm dealing with challenges and trials and circumstances that come with being married. It's almost as if you feel like you've been dealt a bad deck of cards, if I might say. But it's only now that I've grew into my ears that I realize it's part of life. It's the duality of life. It's the yin and yang of life. You, babe, you are like my biggest critic. You're always telling me the right way of doing things and what I should and shouldn't do. And so it's like it's a tough journey. It's not an easy one, but I believe now that I'm much stronger and much the wiser, and so I can help and teach and serve someone else, which is really great for me.
You've also done a lot for me, babe. Like you've done. The thing is, we were talking about this just yesterday, in fact, like about in a family or in a household, if the man is the president, then the wife is the vice president, and the kids are the board members. So if you think about the structure of the organization and how it works, That's literally how it's supposed to be.
Mm.
The kids are not supposed to be in the lower rank of the hierarchy, and then, the parents are supposed to be high up, or one of the parents is superior over the other.
Yeah.
The president needs a vice president, and the vice president needs the president. They make decisions together, they consult with one another, even though one seems to have, a more
an advantage over the other, but it's
or a more advanced or more serious role than the other. It's literally the same thing, because even when the president is not there, most of the time, in fact, all the time, the vice president takes over. So it's very important to realize it's like that. I mean, with spiritual people. So even in Christianity, it's like that, So everything, God is at the center of our marriage, and then it filters down to
the rest of the avenues in our lives.
Yes, but it's on us. The onus is on us to constantly come up with ways to correct one another, to try and build one another, because I truly believe that if we continue doing that, not only is it going to help the kids so that they're prepared for what's out there, but it will also help us to consistently grow with one another, like I said. So, but it's very exciting, I think. I mean, there's times when, most of the time, I'm never home because I'm working and whatever, but when I do come home, like, I really get excited because I know I'm going to go home to my wife, to my kids, and that joy, it's, the happiness is truly something else. I can't explain it. So, but obviously there's a lot of things that you need to take into consideration before you get married. You have to look into important things so that firstly, that you're getting married to the right partner. I mean, I always joke about this, and she knows, and probably everyone on my social media probably knows already. Like, I told this lady I love her 5 years before I met her.
Yeah, that's a conversation for another day, actually.
The thing is also, it's like, I realize now how important energy is, and how
choosing your life partner, actually,
and how you manifest literally what you say.
Importante it is.
You see, and also the crazy part is, I used to make, when I was praying, I mean, I used to make ridiculous requests. I'd call them ridiculous because I was like, there's no way I'm going to achieve this. There's no way I'm going to have this, because of the lifestyle that I was living at the time. Like, if I'm praying, for example, there was a name. My wife has a second name. Her name is Robin, and
don't expose me.
I would literally pray and say, God, this is the kind of mind that I wanted to have. This is the kind of body features that I wanted to have. This is the kind of name that I wanted to have. These are the kind of kids I want to have. Little did I know, guys, that it would manifest exactly like that. It shocked me, actually. That's why when I met her, it was like, okay, I have to shape up, because she's here, so I didn't take it very lightly. So that obviously changed my whole perspective, not only about dating or about women and about relationships, but it just changed everything. And from then on, I promise you, every approach that I've done, it's almost as if the pattern or the puzzle just fit. And some of these things, I can't even explain them, but it's because I'm just caught up in the moment, and I'm enjoying being in a relationship with my wife so much that it's like, it doesn't feel like an average relationship,
Yeah, I must say I absolutely love it, because we talk about this all the time. We share about our experiences, and it's mind-blowing that everything that we share is so relatable. The fact that we weren't even together at some stage in our lives and we were going through exactly the same thing. That I remember when we weren't together and I was praying for you, I wasn't as detailed as you in your prayer request, but I know it was very general and generic, and all I would say is, Lord, please send me a good man, a loving man, a loving husband, a family-orientated man, and that's exactly what I got, For me, because I was so invested and passionate about marriage and family and everything, that at some point it felt like the life that I was asking for wasn't coming. And I became so despondent, so heartbroken that I even said, Lord, if this is not your will for me, please take it away from me. And I remember that was like the last prayer I said that night when I was kneeling beside my bedside and crying and weeping. And it wasn't long after that, and then you came, So it's really true, as they say, like, if you really want something, you have to let it go in order for it to really find its way to you. You know what I mean? So yeah, it still baffles me, and it's mind-boggling, but really exciting that happened for me. So yeah.
Okay, so we look forward to sharing more, guys, in this podcast. Obviously, revealing some of the things that we do and some of the things that we consistently do that we realize really contributes to our growth in marriage. But yes, we look forward to it, and we look forward to meeting some of you guys. Maybe we'll have an event that my wife will organize or something, and then we can meet and we can just as couples and as married couples, because I know that's very rare, because we get so busy with our lives, like when you take on that, you make that decision to say I'm going to get married, you literally, time flies, and because you're busy, if it's not the kids, if it's this, if it's not that, it's always something that takes your time. So it would be nice for us to have an event where we just...
Yes, absolutely. This platform was purely also created for us to share our lives and experiences, and be a vessel of change and love for other married couples as well. But also to share our story, and hopefully to be a positive influence to others. But most definitely there's more content coming. We'll be sharing a lot more with you guys. This is definitely not the last. If you head onto our YouTube channel, you will see a video that we've put up like 6-7 years ago. I think we were actually just watching it, and we had such a great laugh. I was 25 and you were 26, right? So the video was actually just like a message to our future selves. And that's where this idea actually came about. But obviously, me being the creative that I am, I'm constantly birthing ideas. And so this one came up from the bottom of my heart, because I love it so much. And so we'll be coming up with more content, more interactions for you guys. And hopefully we would love to hear from you or interact with you guys, and basically share our stories and how we can help each other. So we're very excited and looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So see you.
Until next time.
Until next time.
Ciao, ciao. Married and Young.